Hey, there we go. All right, so here we are with the weekly whatever episode this is now. I don't keep up anymore, but so pretty much like we just talked about in our Killing Joke review, we're just gonna basically this episode we're just gonna talk a lot about DC and their movies, both the animated and live action ones, because as we mentioned that this the Killing Joke was pretty much one of the worst animated DC movies.
It's the worst.
I haven't seen all of them. So.
What was the
widely considered the worst?
I wouldn't doubt it.
What's the worst after this?
I think it's Superman versus Shazam because it's so unfractured.
I haven't saw
doesn't
that
have
one.
a very unified version of it. There's three different stories. They're pretty uneven. Demon, Superman versus Shazam, which is fine, and then Jonah Hex, which is so it's like they don't fit together.
I see. Okay.
Anyway, but that's pretty much the topic we're going to go over today. Just the DC cinematic universe in general, both live action and animated, and just kind of give a general discussion of it. Suicide Squad just came out. I've seen it. I think, Jamal, you said you saw it.
I saw it.
Very underwhelming movie. You can definitely see DC and Warner Brothers still have a lot to iron out and a lot to improve on, especially if they want to consider going up against Marvel and be in actual competition.
Well, let's just put this out there. Suicide Squad made a lot of money.
It did, yes.
And because of Suicide Squad, we're going to have to go through a Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
Well, that was going to come anyway. Well, it was pretty much a given we were going to get a Man of Steel too.
Now, I did like Suicide Squad, even though there's a lot of stuff that's just wrong with it.
It's got a lot of problems, but there's still, it's an improvement over Batman v Superman.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes.
The actual team is very enjoyable. All the acting is very good. It just suffers the same problems that BVS did. Real bad editing. You can tell the studio just jumped in and wanted to do their thing instead of just letting the director do it. And a wasted villain in my eyes. I'm not going to say who it was for those who might not have seen it yet, but...
Hey, have y'all seen Assault on Arkham?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen Assault on Arkham.
Very, very good movie. Very good.
Let's see, we could have compared those two.
Honestly, if Arkham Assault was leagues better than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of where we're going to start off with this live-action DC universe. And just kind of, where do you think it's going to go from here? Doug just mentioned it has made a killer amount of money. It was number one for the third week, which impressive by any standards. Any movie that holds on to 3 weeks. This year, yep. There was only a few movies. I think Deadpool, Zootopia, Jungle Book.
Jungle Book got what?
Jungle Book was up there for a long time.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
And then Suicide Squad. I think that's about it. But they're making great, killer money. I know it's not the kind of money they would hope. It's not Marvel money.
No.
But
It's not Marvel money.
they're still in the black.
Well, Suicide Squad may come close to Marvel money.
It's what, I think the worldwide's like $500 million right now. Is the worldwide gross?
I don't know offhand, but with only 3 weeks in, if it's even that high, it could come close to.
Even BBS didn't really hit.
That got 900 million.
Yeah, but look how long it took to get there.
It didn't break 1 billion like Guardians did.
Yeah, and they had hoped that BBS was going to be the $1 billion movie, and it did come close, yes, but it didn't get there. And it took the entirety of its run to hit that 900.
Yeah, the entirety of it, and Zootopia hit it.
Well, Civil War.
Civil War hit it much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Civil
So
War. Civil War was the other Avengers movie. It's
It was. I don't care what anybody says. It was Avengers 2.5.
Well, that's what everyone called it.
Yeah, it basically was. I mean, they could say it's a Captain America movie because of focus, but it was Avengers 2.5. But anyway, getting a little off topic there, but
Still did better than.
just kind of, what's everybody's thoughts about the current state of the live action movies? Start with you, Duck.
The cautiously optimistic is what I would say. Jeff Johns is getting brought in to give more of a unifying voice, and Zack Snyder's being pushed back to it,
Which is very good.
which is very good. But at the same time, they want the results without putting in the effort. They want, and the studios have to back off a little bit. There's already rumors of disastrous things going on with rewrites and problems going on with the Wonder Woman production, which just finished filming very recently. Wonder Woman had a great trailer. Justice League had a great trailer. You can see that there's been changes to make them get more into a less super gritty take, but at the same time, hearing a lot of rumors about Wonder Woman is not good. Same thing happened with Suicide Squad, and of course, it came up to be a pretty much a critical failure. But as it made up its money, and I think Warner Bros. Is too reactionary for it.
You can definitely tell in Suicide Squad that they tried to listen to what the complaints about BBS were. It was just too little, too late.
Well, I mean, they tried to listen to the complaints on Man of Steel, BBS, but it was handled like a 2x4 to the face.
Just about.
Instead of like saying, instead of having Batman saying, "What's the quickest route I can get these people out?" It's like, "Oh, thank God, it's closing time. This place area is gonna be free," which never happens.
Yeah. There's nobody here in the place. It's after closing time.
Yeah, because everyone leaves right at closing time. That's just how Gotham works. There's no one works after 5.
Yep.
Good luck trying to get McDonald's.
Yeah.
And the changes in BBS were more tone deaf, and I hear that this is trying to be more fluid, but I also hear it's like different movies in one. So
you can definitely tell where the reshoots were in Suicide Squad.
if they keep on this track, I mean, I can't see it. I can't see it doing anything besides blips at the start and going down.
Get to a point people are just tired of it, and the box office shows it.
Well, I mean, people have been trying to predict the end of the superhero movie for a while. Oh, we're getting superhero 15. No, we're getting bad movie 15.
Yeah.
But cautiously optimistic, seeing the change going forward, but emphasis on cautious.
Rope?
Basically what Doug was saying is kind of like how I feel, but my version of it is if they keep this up, it's gonna go down like hell in a handbasket. Like there's honestly, I may not have watched a lot of the live action DC movies, but the ones that I have watched,
There's only 3.
Well, if you don't count
all the other Batman.
Well, in terms of what is being considered the DC cinematic universe, started with Man of Steel.
Do you don't count Green Lantern?
No, nobody counts that.
Poor
Yeah.
Anyway,
He jumped the company.
Anyway, it's like they're all for writing. It sounds great when they give you the trailer or when they try to, advertise it. But when you actually watch it and you hear and you're sitting there watching, you're just like, what am I watching? It makes no sense.
I'm told Suicide Squad is great as like 12 music videos.
That's pretty much the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
About the first 20 minutes, it's just like a series of music videos. And
That's really well done music videos.
There was a part where the music overtakes the dialogue.
Yeah.
I was like, that's hearing more music than dialogue.
well, to me, and not to kind of turn this into a Suicide Squad review, but that pulled me out of the movie so bad, is when they do that in the beginning of the
They did in Guardians, but
it worked differently.
Well, they worked the music into the narrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
This movie doesn't.
Is Peter Quill's awesome mix. So
Yeah.
it makes sense where you see him singing and dancing
Yeah.
in the front because he's literally playing a tape.
Yes.
So
This is literally just like somebody picked a bunch of like classic rock songs from the 70s and 80s and wanted to throw it in this movie.
And
Like,
did it
the kids
bad.
love the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, which that doesn't show up at the end of the movie, but literally like the first, I would say honestly, probably 20 minutes of the movie, it's just like song after song after song after song with no breaks in between the songs.
Yeah.
But it did make for like the Suicide Squad soundtrack apparently did something incredible.
It is a very good soundtrack.
So they just wanted to advertise the music in the movie.
Basically,
Yeah,
yes.
But
David Ayer made a 2-hour music video.
I mean, if you're gonna go to watching like a Don't Think About It movie, this is pretty good. Like if you don't think about it too much, like it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch really. And you know, if you try to put some kind of comic book logic in it, nothing makes.
But it makes you.
Too much sense.
But here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Do you think that that's what DC is doing? They're trying to make a don't think about it movies. Like they know these are superheroes. They know that they have an actual origin story, comic books, everything, and they're just like, let's just make a nonsense don't think about it movie with starring Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, everybody.
No, I think that's a terrible idea.
I'm leaning towards that, but I'm just being nice and saying that maybe that's what they're going for.
Look at Batman versus Superman. Lex Luthor's plot makes zero sense.
Well, duh.
Urine is a plot point.
Yes.
Batman places his anti-Superman weapon miles away from his actual fight with Superman, hoping that Superman takes him to him. Martha. These are all things that an editor should have looked at and went.
Should have looked at.
Well, Martha, some of that could also be the writing.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
the editor needs to get the script, look at the script and go, all right, this you have continuity editor. So make sure that this matches up with what's happened previously in the story. You also have an editor that looks at it and says, well, if we're going to have them be reporters, let's them actually act like reporters. Not have Perry White call Clark Kent a nerd, put him on sports for some reason when he's not a sports writer, and get mad when the non-sports writer doesn't write a story, but not fire him. Your editor should go, this doesn't make sense. We have to make this right.
Yeah. So.
And as I'm saying, it's like, do you think that the people who actually run the DC cinematic universe, do they even know that they need to read comics? They need to know these characters? Because honestly, I think they don't.
Well, David Ayers had everybody read the comics.
Yes.
Margot Robbie said that she read the comics. She was very influenced by him. Will Smith said he did that. Same for the guy who plays Killer Croc. I will not pronounce his name.
It's a very hard name to pronounce.
So, okay, maybe for Suicide Squad, but I'm talking about in the overall company itself. Like, do you honestly think they actually sit and read the comics and know what they're doing?
Yeah, I think they read the comics. I think they know what they're doing. Yeah. It's different because with Batman vs Superman, both Zack Snyder and David Goyer clearly don't understand Batman or Superman. Zack Snyder has gone on record saying that this Batman could get arrested in jail and potentially raped. And David Goyer has said, you write a Batman vs Superman movie when you run out of ideas.
Huh.
So they had the wrong creators behind the project. And I think what it is they said they were blindsided by the critical reception to Batman vs Superman. I think they were blindsided to Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And I think they were blindsided to Man of Steel, and they had Zack Snyder locked in to do more of these movies, and Man of Steel came out and it was not good. And so they're trying to reach in, trying to control some of it, but they're doing it so heavy-handedly that it doesn't make sense. It messes up the narrative, and it makes a 3-hour movie really an unwatchable mess.
Yeah, because
So
I haven't watched it, and
just kind of go a little bit more. Jamal, your thoughts on the DC cinematic universe?
It's very different from the animated versions of stuff. Obviously, I think their animation things are superior in terms of what Marvel does in animation. But in live action movies, it's not as good, but it's still it's still watchable. It's like a thing. I'm kind of in the conflict. It's like I want these movies to come out. I don't want to be bad, but I can't choose how the movie is. And obviously, the live action movies can't mirror the animation movies point on point, because then there will be kind of no point in watching. You kind of want to see some differences in them. But like how Duck was saying earlier, like continuity errors and just bad writing and stuff. It's a weird place for me to say. I want to see more. I really want to see more. It's like, but there's also little inconsistencies where they also have these movies out, but they also have TV shows out. Say like The Flash. There's a TV version of Flash, and now there's a movie version of Flash, which is played by two different actors. Yeah. I thought it would be cool if they were played by the same actor.
Well, and then just to kind of add on to that, even recently just said that they'll possibly meet each other in the movie.
What?
That
in the movie? No, not.
In the Flash movie, they said that they are tossing around the idea of Ezra Miller and Grant, whatever his last name is, showing up together in the movie. Gus and Grant, yeah. Showing up not like a big scene, but just kind of like a little cameo.
I did hear that they were trying to, that there was potentially layout for the multiverse.
Yes, and Flash is about the best character for that if you're going to do one.
The character for that.
Yeah.
But the thing one thing I want to say about the DC animated universe is it's mostly led up by Paul Dini.
Yeah.
Oh.
Paul Dini and Bruce Timm are mostly that's behind it. That's why the Batman animated series, Superman animated series, and the original Justice Leagues all had a unified style. And they carried through that for many of the movies, so that they had a stable pattern. And the TV shows are trying to be more self-contained, and now they're trying to branch out to the other ones, but they're doing it by working with the other.
Yes, they're all working together.
Yeah.
You don't get the same feeling for the DC movies.
Zack
Snyder is executive producer on Justice League. He's executive producer. He's director, writer on Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. He is executive producer on Wonder Woman. He executive produced Suicide Squad. He is the common link, but he doesn't fit that. He doesn't make the connections that need to be made, because he lives in moments in his movies. That's why there's a lot of slow. That's why there's a lot of sweeping music stings that are for certain parts. The Nerd Writer did a very great video essay about this, where it talks about how Zack Snyder has too many moments in his movies where when everything's like in an important moment that builds up and slows down time and stuff like that, nothing is anymore. But it's with Jeff Johns coming in, hopefully we're getting that unified voice.
My only concern with that is I don't think he's really going to have a whole lot of influence until after the first Justice League movie.
Well,
because Wonder Woman's already done. They've already finished filming. They're already in the middle of Justice League.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're going to be, what is this, 5 movies in before you finally have somebody with some kind of overall control over your whole cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So that's a concern I have, is that we're not going to see any kind of cohesiveness until after we get the first Justice League movie.
And it would be okay if the lack of cohesiveness was first.
Yeah.
you had your Aquaman movie out, you had your Wonder Woman movie out, which it does seem like Wonder Woman is following the same type of mode as Captain America First Avenger, which was a pretty decent flick.
It's been a lot of people have made that comparison. And if it turns out as good, I thoroughly enjoyed the first Avenger. I thought it was a very well done movie. I enjoyed it. If Wonder Woman is even half as good as Captain America: The First Avenger,
it would be the best.
It'd be the best DC movie today.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
The best DC movie.
Yeah, but that's my fear, is that we're not going to see any solid cohesiveness until after we get the first Justice League.
I'm not sure if we'll see that after that.
The only reason I say this is because they haven't really started any of those. They've just only now started Aquaman. So,
well, the reason I don't think we're going to see that after that is because Warner Brothers is very reactionary.
they are. And they really are.
As soon as they heard about Batman vs Superman's tone and the way it worked, they started reshooting
Suicide Squad.
And Suicide Squad was made very quickly.
And that was
Super quickly.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
David Ayers was put between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. He had 6 weeks to write that movie.
What? Really?
That's all he was given, was 6 weeks.
Oh.
Warner Brothers only gave him
If
6
I'd known
weeks.
that, I'd known that, I just forgive him a lot more for Suicide Squad.
And even I forgive a lot of the mistakes because he was forced to do it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean the mistakes are excusable.
True.
That means your studio should have pushed it back.
Yes.
But they're trying to compete with Marvel.
That is to me.
Not that they can. I mean, they don't have anything good to compete
Well,
with.
But here's
They could totally compete if they had more time.
yes.
Just,
If they took their time,
yeah.
all right, and made each movie. Look at when Marvel first started. We were getting 2 Marvel movies a year.
Yeah, we're getting like one.
We were getting 1 a year.
And they were basically
one a year.
And it was, at first it was like every other year.
It was Iron Man, and 2 years later, that's when Thor.
No, it was Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. Then it was Thor.
Then it was Thor,
Then it was Captain.
then Avengers. Yes. And then from there we started getting a rapid pace of Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If DC, and this is, in my opinion, if DC would slow down, take their time, set up each character. I mean, because that's my thing. A big issue I have with BVS was we already established it was based that,
Yeah.
and the whole movie was really focused on Batman because that Batman was not established already.
Well, that's who Zack Snyder wanted to do.
Yeah, if they had done, all right, you put Man of Steel, if they had done a Batman movie, all right, then do your BVS, all right.
That would make more sense.
That way you've established your Batman for this universe.
Mm-hmm.
Then you set up your BVS, where you start the search for the Justice League. You do your Wonder Woman movie. You do your Slash movie. You do your Aquaman. You do your Cyborg movie. Then your Justice League movie.
Now, we can't say that DC doesn't have anything to compete with. They have the 2 most popular superheroes
Yes.
in the world,
Yeah.
Batman and Superman.
Yes.
Their names alone will prevent any movie from being a commercial flop.
Yes.
I mean,
And as bad as, just like we talked about, as bad as BVS was, it still almost did $1 billion.
it still made its money.
Yeah, good point.
They made its money hand over fist with that movie.
That doesn't
But it
count,
doesn't-
that doesn't even count merchandising.
Yeah.
That doesn't count DVD, Blu-ray sales.
Which I'm sure the Blu-ray sales were through the roof as
That
well.
doesn't count
Yeah.
any form of like tie-in promotionals that they got for
Yeah.
it. And that does include international marketing.
Yeah. So the potential is there. And I think we can all agree we want these movies to be good.
Yeah.
Because if the DC movies are good and they are on par with what we've seen out of Marvel, then Marvel's got to step their game up. Because it's like, oh, well, we don't want DC to beat us. Let's step up our game.
Yeah.
Then DC's going to do the same thing. Well, we don't want Marvel to beat us, so we need to step up our game. And you're just going to keep getting amazing comic book movies.
And one thing that Marvel is doing that DC isn't doing is that, yes, they have a movie linking, Avengers, Age of Ultron to the next Avengers movie, sure. But they also had an Ant-Man between
Yes.
They also had a Guardians of the Galaxy before Avengers 2. And after Civil War, what are they having? Doctor Strange.
Yes.
You're having different types of movies, letting the main storyline breathe.
Yeah. And I think a major issue that with Suicide Squad, it was too soon.
Yeah.
After BBS.
It was too soon.
BBS was March, wasn't it? I believe so.
February.
Yeah.
No, it was March. It was like middle March or something like that.
March.
And here we are.
Well, it was originally supposed to be in May.
It was, but that was also going to be right when Civil War came out.
And
So Warner Brothers pushed it up
Yeah.
to kind of capitalize on that. Yeah, to not compete. Which
That's a good one.
Well,
it was a great movie.
if it had come out against Civil War, there would have been a little slugfest for it, but it definitely wouldn't have had the same power. It probably would not have made the 900.
It would not. I think it would have beat the opening weekend of Civil War
Oh yeah.
because of the anticipation.
I don't know because
But in the long run, Civil War would have just stomped its ass.
Okay.
But and the reason I say that, all right, because originally when it was announced they were both going to be together, it wasn't Civil War yet. It was just Cap 3.
Yeah.
and DC was trying to call Marvel out of it.
They were.
And
Yes.
then it's like Marvel suddenly changed it to Civil War. Marvel had a plan.
Oh, they did. But at that initial announcement, it was not Civil War. It was Cap 3. At that point in time, all we knew was that Batman vs Superman was going up against Captain America 3, and even at that time, I would have very easily said Batman v Superman is going to beat it opening weekend.
But then they announced that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in Captain America 3, and it became Civil War.
Yeah, and then when it became Civil War, it was a no contest. Civil War was going to do that.
Oh, especially when Marvel announced, "Hey, we got Spider-Man."
Yes,
Yeah.
when that happened, oh my God, it was like that's it.
Yeah,
Civil War wins.
Ape shit for that.
But it kind
For
of
good reason.
yeah.
Yes.
But it just seems to me that that Warner Brothers and DC are just trying too hard, too early.
Well, everybody that's trying to do the expanded universe right now.
Yes,
Doing it.
It's the new thing.
Without-
it's the new trend.
Yeah.
Is to make a big expand. I mean, Universal's doing it with the old school monster movies.
Which is already breaking down.
Yeah, I mean, the only one they've really gotten so far started was The Mummy, and even that's having issues.
And then like Kong was supposed to have some.
Well, the new King Kong movies. I know we're getting way the hell off topic here.
About to.
But the new King Kong movie is eventually going to lead into a Godzilla versus King Kong.
What?
Which, hey, I'm all for that because it happened before, and I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not every day you see King Kong shove a tree down Godzilla's throat.
Well, it's going to be no Charles Barkley versus Godzilla.
No.
That
But anyway, and that's why I think DC just needs to take a step back, establish their characters, establish the universe, then go balls to the wall with the cool stuff like Justice League.
Or they can do it like they do the animated series. Do self-contained stuff and not try and do a shared universe.
Yes.
The self-contained stuff works in the animated series. They're direct to DVD, Blu-ray. They come out every 6 months or so, and they're just a single story that's not tied down to anything else. Doesn't even sometimes have the same voice acting.
Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes there are different voices in them, but just kind of touch on what I was just talking about. Think about the fact that we're going to have a Justice League movie before Aquaman, before Flash, and before a Cyborg movie.
Yeah, that's gonna make
sense
because if
you're not
us, we know about Justice League,
We've
but
learned
the
about
regular
it in
people.
that 30 seconds little mini thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little video clips that Wonder Woman looks at.
It depends. It depends how they do it because they could have like the Justice League movie, and the separate movies are still like what they do, after that movie. Because like even
and I'm sure that's gonna be just like how Marvel did.
Yeah.
You'll have Iron Man 3, which takes place right after the first Avengers movie, and it deals with Iron Man by himself with what happened after the events of the Avengers.
Right.
But you have have not established any of these characters
Yeah. So
in any serious format until the big team-up movie.
And that's the problem, because each one of these characters are going to need to shine.
Yes, and which means you're going to end up with either, and I got a feeling it's going to be all three of them just left in the back burner and end up just being essentially background characters.
Is it still 2 movies?
Justice League?
Yes.
Yes, but they're supposedly now going to be standalone movies. It's not going to be like a part 1 and part 2. You're going to have the Justice League movie, these other movies, and then another Justice League movie. It will be like a part 1 and part 2 like they originally announced.
I mean, if it was part 1 and part 2, you kind of can do it, but it's gonna be one of those kind of bull endings like Pirates of the Caribbean did.
Yeah.
After where it was 2 hours of watching it, and then the last half are like, yeah, and then it ends. You're like,
oh, stay tuned.
I was ready for another hour.
Stay tuned for the sequel.
Yeah, do that.
And that's my thought on that. Establish the characters first, because I don't think it's really going to work this way. Because, you will not have any established story to Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash.
Yeah.
Outside of the little cameos we've got out of them.
Because you have to think about it from like a non-comic book person standpoint. If you bring out a movie and you have characters who they don't even know about, it's kind of like, who are these people?
Yeah.
And you're watching the movie wondering who these people are. But yet you know who the first 3 are because they made movies for them.
Yeah, I mean, we've already had Batman and Wonder Woman in their movies. Everybody knows Superman's coming back, so that's not even a spoiler.
Yeah.
So all 3 of these characters have been very well established by the time Justice League comes out.
But if you're talking about Justice League, there is...
You need the whole league.
You need the whole league. You need to make movies about the whole
league. That is what made the first Avengers so good.
Because you established
focus the story of the movie. You have established every one of these characters in a different movie.
Yep. Even if you go back to the crappy Hulk, you still established Hulk.
I was about to say Edward Norton's Hulk was not a crappy movie.
I think he's talking about Alien Hulk.
Well, we're talking about that doesn't count.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to start from the really crappy Hulk to Avengers, and you've established every single character.
Yes.
In any way. Yes, even though Black Widow didn't have her own standalone.
But she was there.
She was still
in Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes, and so her character was established right there.
And even though Hawkeye didn't really have anything in the Thor movie, just that little scene he was in,
he still was.
You still really didn't need to establish Hawkeye for the first Avengers.
Really, not much.
There's not really any establishment needed for that.
I am Hawkeye. I shoot arrows. Do you do anything else?
No.
Arrows really good.
I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I have one that has a boxing glove on it.
Yeah.
My quiver doesn't run out of arrows.
Yeah.
I want shot 100, robots with this one quiver.
Yeah. So
I always had 10 arrows.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's like if DC established all the characters like you've been saying, then I think it would be a lot better. Like movie-wise, the universe would be way better.
The problem is that costs more money.
Yeah, I was going to say that sometimes the people who read the comics or just watch DC stuff beforehand kind of already know how these characters kind of operate. Because like in Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman came out. There isn't that many people they don't know what Wonder Woman's capable of. But she came out with no build-up. She came out and she
was just there.
She was there and she fought on a level of Superman.
She was in the pictures.
And that's all you need. That's what I say. Like,
you're talking about the minor one.
It's playing on people who know. And that's a lot of what Batman vs Superman did.
Yeah.
Oh, Clark Kent meets Bruce Wayne. This is great. Why?
But that's also
new because we know who they are.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get in a fight with this guy.
Wow, what a handshake! It was.
It's still not as bad as a Jolly Rancher.
No.
Cherry.
Yeah. And Grandma's peach tea. But
so bad parts about
it was so bad.
But I will say I gotta give Batman vs Superman this one positive thing. When you see the security cameras at LexCorp and Batman is just tearing through LexCorp, that looks like how Batman should be.
Yes.
It does that swoop where he picks up the guard.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
The action scenes of Batman are great, besides when he's using guns. And
I think the big misstep with BDS was they just really tried to do too much.
Yeah.
They really tried to make this 2.5-hour movie set up the entirety of the DC universe.
Well, it's that, and I believe it's too gritty.
Yeah.
But not adult. It's trying to be mature, but it's mature as in when you're 15 and you think Predator is a mature movie.
It tried to be gritty, tried to be edgy, tried to be adult.
Yeah.
And it's Batman versus Superman with a gun.
How cool would it be if Batman brands his criminals, so when they get in jail, everyone knows Batman sentenced him. Versus someone going, "How'd you get here, Batman?" That sucks.
Well, I think it can be fair to say that just about anybody in Arkham or in prison in Gotham was sitting there by the bat.
He did it to regular people. He didn't. Actually, you know what? He never once did it to a supervillain.
No.
He only did it to the guys that can't fight him back.
Exactly.
Like,
so what does that mean?
Why did Batman brand
is a
you?
bully.
Yes, he is.
Like, why did Batman brand you? It's like, are you his cattle or something? He's gonna come back and suck your blood or something? Like, why?
We're just gonna kill you in prison.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, he branded me, so Lex Luthor's gonna hire somebody to kill me.
Yeah, that
seems like a terrible plan.
it is a very terrible plan.
Oh God, that plan.
It was, yeah.
I just started thinking about that.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Now, just hear me out, because we are talking about the DC cinematic universe, and yes, they're gonna start trying to do this Justice League movie.
Uh-huh.
Marvel already has done the Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
and we've already said that they have established their characters, yada yada yada. Here's my thought about it. Let's just compare the movie Avengers to this future movie Justice League.
Okay.
Do you think that that DC just feels that Justice League has to be totally different from how the Avengers are?
I think that's where they're trying to go with their whole cinematic universe.
I think they're trying to make it seem like Marvel is the movie for kids.
Yes.
That's what I started to
the adult movie, because that's what Nolan did.
Exactly.
Nolan made a mature Batman movie, the first two, and then Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not great.
It's just not on par with the first two.
So they're like, well, we have to continue with this adult thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't have to have a gritty, dark Superman.
Well, what worked with the Nolan movies was with Batman, you can go realistic.
Yeah.
With everything you're doing, and that
Batman.
works with the dark, gritty, realistic feel. But you can't do that with Superman, because the minute he's there, you're like, well, there goes all the realism because he's a freaking alien.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. But with Superman, they took out the humanity.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They were trying to go the same kind of route with the Dark Knight trilogy, but to me, where it really failed was you can't be realistic when you're dealing with a Superman or a Wonder Woman or Flash or Cyborg or Aquaman. It only works for Batman.
And see, that's why I started having this thought about it, because it's like, okay, with the Avengers, you already know which superhero is really just a human.
Yeah.
And which ones are non-human, but still, you know that there's only a certain point where you can make the story dark.
Well, let's take a look at the Marvel film then, Captain America. Captain America is a very he's a powered individual. He's super trained.
He's enhanced.
He's able to jump forwardly. He's able to throw the shield. So he is at the edge of what some would call superhuman or whatnot.
Yeah.
But he was still grounded enough in reality.
He was.
Even
Yeah.
though he was made with super soldier serum and Theta Sunbeam or something like that. I forget what it was.
Vita
Vita
rays.
rays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but what they did, instead of focusing on what Captain America can do, they focused on what his effect is. And
They focused on him as a
Steel-
person.
Yeah.
Man of Steel tried to build up Clark Kent as a person. And one of the things I thought Man of Steel did actually really well, again, not much, but really well, I thought having Russell Crowe as Jor-El teaching Superman in the Fortress of Solitude was really good.
Mm.
But it was completely undercut by Kevin Costner
Yes.
and Clark Kent, not saying that human life is completely precious.
Yeah.
They're saying, well, yeah, human life's precious, but hey, remember,
You're an alien.
you gotta look out for you.
Yeah.
And I think that
It
undercuts
did.
what Superman
Yes.
is.
And I think they went that route because they're like, okay, Superman in a sense has two fathers, his parental father and his foster father, and they both gave him different views to make Superman who he is, whether in the animated universe or the movie universe or even in the comic universe.
But neither one of those fathers made him to be a hero.
And that's the thing that they fall short of in the Man of Steel, is that it doesn't still make Superman who we know as Superman to be. It's just like, this is a Superman for the movie aspect.
And actually, Superman Origin has been done the best in All-Star Superman is done on one page. One page, 6 words.
Oh, the comic.
Yeah, it's
One
like,
page, 6 words.
comic is going to still do it in a sense right, in a sense, because it's that's how it started as a comic. So that's that. But when you're trying to do it from a TV show aspect, movie aspect, animated aspect, you kind of like lose it a little.
But at the same time, it was also done, translated in All-Star Superman, the animated movie.
So it still kept
you
the
only
same
need,
thing. That's
you
why.
only need 6 words. Lost Planet, Only Hope, Kindly Couple. That's Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 words.
But it's been lost through the generations. It's literally been
No,
lost.
this is all like last 8 years.
Oh.
It gets lost on the fact that you got Zack Snyder doing these movies.
It got lost when you try to expand on the 6
Yeah,
words.
and you want to make Superman more than what Superman is. The Superman of the movies isn't a Boy Scout. The Superman of the movies isn't a. I know that that's supposed to stand for hope, but if I saw a Superman movie, I would be scared.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's because Zack Snyder is trying to make Superman be like Batman. But Batman and Superman are on opposite
Well,
spectrums.
He's trying to make.
You can't make them on the same spectrum.
He's trying to make Superman Batman, but not even Batman.
Yeah.
It's like trying to make Superman Batman, but like Frank Miller Batman, but not Frank, but even more hardcore.
The biggest
Yeah.
flaw that you can point out with that is the beginning of BVS. When Lois Lane is over in the Middle East, wherever the hell she's at, and Superman comes and saves her.
Doesn't say Jimmy.
No, didn't say Jimmy.
No.
But that right there points to a major flaw
Wow.
that I have with it.
Also, clearly Superman is to blame for bullet holes in heads.
Yes.
Because when Superman's around, people die.
And you
Which
know,
that's
Superman
kinda-
Superman can say Lois, I don't really worry too much about his mom.
No.
Superman
That's-
matters.
that throws everything off.
And that's that whole scene at the beginning of BVS,
Completely unneeded.
completely unneeded and completely just ruins the character to me, because he doesn't show up at any point until Lois is about to get killed. Then he shows up.
Oh, and by the way, if you actually think of what he does to that guy while Lois is holding him, Lois should have died.
Oh God, yeah.
He pulled that guy through a wall while he's holding on to Lois.
Yeah, she should have been ripped in half.
You're
But
like, whoops.
Movie.
but that whole scene is just the evident of how flawed the whole DC cinematic universe is for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it seems like they don't trust their characters.
Yes.
And
They don't trust them to be what moviegoers want to see, and that's
not just that, but if they're trying to look at it from like the animated universe, like how they've always had some of the government go like, okay, you guys are the Justice League, or you guys are the top three, but we still don't trust you. We still gotta feel like we gotta watch you because we don't know what you're gonna do. Even Batman, they still watch him. That's what they're kind of doing to these movie characters. Is they're basically saying like, yeah, these are the great superheroes of the DC universe, but we just don't trust them.
But look, and so you can see the complete opposite in their TV stuff.
Yeah.
The Flash is looked as a hero, and it has a light tone. There's light, and there's brightness, and he has a crew that's not afraid to be friendly to each other, even though Wells is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then you have Supergirl, which is a bright-hearted. All these were received really well.
Yeah.
And I heard, and I haven't watched the Supergirl show, but I heard Supergirl is set in the same universe.
Yes, they are crossing over.
Well, they did have an
No,
episode.
they did cross over. And
They
now
did.
they're
No,
doing
not
it.
for Flash. I mean, not for Flash. As
Superman.
This the.
No, there's going to be a different Superman.
It's a different Superman. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but
But I heard it was in the same universe as that Man of Steel Superman, even though they used a different.
God, I would hope not.
And I was
It's
like,
not.
That
they can't
be right.
No.
because they reference Superman and the stuff that he did. So I was like,
Okay, so
are you
then
trying to reference this movie Superman? And I'm
okay,
like,
so then riddle me this: do you think that they're trying to bash the big three for DC because
No.
and try to rise up the minor ones
No.
because
No,
they're not gonna
just
try
not-
that.
They're just not organized.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
that's why.
Too many hands in the pot.
Obviously,
Yeah.
that show isn't connected to the movie, but they try to reference the movie because.
Well,
everyone
it's
knows
the
that
same
movie.
kind of thing that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tried to do starting out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great too. I really liked
And
it.
the show was
I
very
still-
mixed
it's just
at that point.
so
but-
it's standalone now.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
Ghost
when.
Rider's coming in.
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, Ghost Rider.
Coming next. But look when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. really took off. When it stopped trying to deal with the movies.
Really?
Yeah. No, yeah, he's right because
Because it was pretty much that first season.
that first season definitely started off with what happened after the Avengers.
They tried to reference the movies and tried to keep on par with that, and it dragged the show down to the point it almost got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even I was wondering why it hadn't come back yet.
And
But
then
then
they
when it
did.
finally did come back, it was because they decided, F that, let's focus on the actual mutants that we got.
Let's just
In the
focus
show.
on our own
Or
story.
Inhumans.
Inhumans,
Inhumans.
sorry.
Sorry.
Fox owns that.
Yeah, you can't say mutants on this.
all right,
Fox
all right.
owns mutants.
I'm sorry,
But
folks.
but you also got to look at how they tied in Agent Carter into the movie
Yeah.
very well.
Yes.
But that's because Agent Carter, you could do stuff before it where you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because it's back in the 40s.
But it
Yeah.
just shows the organization that Marvel has with their even the Netflix stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It references the movies,
Oh, yeah.
but it doesn't blatantly call it out.
Yeah.
And nor does it rely on the movies.
No,
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can watch Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
David Tennant is such a good villain.
He is. He was so good as Kilgrave. But you can watch those without having ever seen any of those any of the movies, and you're not going to lose pace.
So let me just say we're spending like 50 minutes talking about this, and it basically says DC isn't organized.
Yeah.
They didn't get their shit together.
Just kind of one last thing I want to touch
all the
on.
points to it, so we don't just.
I'm
say
really
like that.
hoping.
TLDR.
Yeah, TLDR. Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns.
Yeah, really needs to pull it all together, and if he can can do that, if he can unite the entire DC cinematic universe under one cohesive story, then it could rival Marvel.
Good news is Jeff Johns has worked with Hollywood before,
Yes.
so he does have some experience. But I mean,
Warner Brothers has got to back off.
Yeah.
and I don't think they will. I mean,
We'll see.
These are hundreds of $1 million investments.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I mean, only time will tell.
Yeah.
So.
Only time will tell.
And one last thing I want to say, like the best movie that's had Batman in the last like 8 years. What do you think it is?
In the last 8 years?
Yeah.
How long ago did The Dark Knight come out?
I think longer than that.
I don't think so.
Well, recent memory.
That had Batman in
It
it?
had Batman in it.
Live action or everything?
Anything.
Without knowing when The Dark Knight came out, I would definitely have to say like Bad Blood or
The Lego movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
They had Batman in it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
When the Lego movie's Batman is more well received in the theatrical release
And a bit
than
part.
than your
Yeah.
real Batman,
That says a lot.
something's great. Will Arnett. Will
It's
Arnett's
just-
great.
It's those Batmans that don't try to be too great. Like I really like the Brave and the Bold Batman.
Yeah, then that was really good, especially the musical episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it can ever be argued that DC knows how to do these animated movies.
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, they really. I mean, Jesus,
Yeah.
going even all the way back to Mask of the Phantasm,
Which
Yes.
was
Which is
exceptionally
still-
underseen
That was
movie.
still a great
it's
movie.
still probably easily one of my top animated DC movies.
I would say it's the best Batman movie.
I would definitely say top 5
Does it
Batman
have
movies.
does it have a Blu-ray release?
I wish it.
so.
If it does, I need to get it because
haven't
I
seen it.
love
I
that
think so.
movie.
That's a fan.
And even going into some of the ones after Red Hood,
I love
Yeah.
that.
I thoroughly loved the Red
I
Hood
didn't
movie.
really care for it, but that's because I didn't like storyline.
I just love the way they did that. Of course, you got The Dark Knight Returns. Those two movies were very well done.
Yeah.
I mean, then you have like going into all these with Damian Wayne.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
first
know
round, all
that
that,
Warner
yeah.
Brothers and DC can do this.
They can make solid
is-
movies
Problem is, will
Probably not.
Nah,
I
before it's too late.
Probably not.
I think it might already be.
too late.
There's still a lot of optimism for like Wonder Woman and Justice League. But if both of those suffer the same problems, then yes, it will be too late at that
I
point.
think if Wonder Woman 3 doesn't get higher than 50%
Yes.
on a Metacritic or anything like that, that's when we're going to see like Cyborg something coming out.
If Wonder Woman does the same BVS and Suicide Squad had, then that will really be like that final nail in the coffin is like 2/3 of the way down.
Yeah.
And if Justice League comes out and it's just as bad and it's not very well received, that'll be the final nail, and I think that'll be the end of the DC movies.
That'd be
So-
sad, but
It might be all like Suicide Squad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They
Well,
make
I
a
mean-
lot of money. It just
Well, I mean, there's definitely going to be a Harley Quinn movie.
Well, I mean, are we really going to see if all these other movies tank?
Probably
It
not.
doesn't matter if the other movies tank because Suicide Squad.
You
will
would,
on its own.
yeah. And
So
I
you
mean,
can just say, hey, you know Margot will
Yeah.
be in this. We'll have some more Joker. And you guys love the Jokers.
okay. So I think what we'll end up seeing is there's now so much on the shoulders of the Wonder Woman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more so than Suicide Squad had. Because Suicide Squad needed to hold up a lot too, and it didn't. So now,
It held up a lot financially.
Yeah. I was trying to get to you. I was like, it's those things where they don't do well critically, but they do well financially.
As long as the movies do well financially, it doesn't matter how
Yeah.
poor.
well, I mean, look at Transformers.
Right?
Yeah. Transformers the same way.
I mean,
So-
Transformer.
So,
I think it's a Transformer.
but the one thing that I think you'll see though is less interest in the movies is what I was getting at. You know, because think about it. BBS was coming out. It was insanely anticipated movie, and you saw it in the box office. It had that killer opening weekend, but it tanked after that.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad did the same thing.
But it didn't take.
It had the same almost 70% drop off that BDS did. The only difference though was
It's still held number
it's
one.
still holding number one because there's nothing really else.
I think it's like 27 million.
Yeah.
this week.
But nothing else has really come out to compete against it. And I'll say it's for like Sausage Party had come out this weekend, the Sausage Party would have been number one. But because it's the second week, it wasn't number one.
Yeah.
Obviously, next week I think is when Suicide Squad gets knocked off. I don't know what comes out, but
Something comes out.
there's always something comes up. But you're seeing huge drop-offs from week to week, from week 1 to week 2.
Well,
And I think if come Wonder Woman,
that's another discussion. I think there's a different reason besides that it's lack of critical acclaim. I think there's so many movies coming out.
well, that's you can argue that, but then look at.
I look at
But
it.
this episode's getting way too long.
Well, that's about where we always are. We're always right at about an hour, and we still got 5 minutes, so shut your trap.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Let's do this. 5 minutes.
Shit.
So I think if Wonder Woman tanks in the same way we've seen these past two, the anticipation is there, but that anticipation's only going to get you so far. Because if your movies keep showing awful quality and people stop going to go see them, you're not going to make your money.
Simplest put is that the reason why the opening week everybody they make at least a good amount of money is because everybody goes sees it that one time. After that,
And that's it.
you have very small amount of people that will see it a second or third, maybe fourth. After that, it's like I'm gonna wait till it comes on DVD, then I might watch it. If you even decide that you're gonna go buy it.
That's what I did with that number 6.
But that's my
case in point.
because that's how I actually look at it, is that the only way that it's going to stay up there and it's going to really make bank is that people go back to see it that second or third time. It's one thing if you see it just once and say, I saw it, I'm done, I don't care no more.
And then just kind of a little counterpoint to the whole what we're saying about Transformers. Transformers actually domestically has plummeted. The international box office is where it has raked in all its money.
Yeah.
And the DC movies aren't doing that. They're very much average international.
And that's because everybody just sees it once and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, China loves giant robots.
Well, there's no arguing that.
Yeah,
It does love giant robots.
That's true.
Germany.
Who?
Germany.
It's Germany. So.
We like our robots to remain stable and in one position. They are functional robots.
So, that's pretty much it for this. I think we can all say we're just kind of mirroring what Duck said, cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I still want these movies to be good. I want to come out and watch a Wonder Woman and say this is finally a good DC movie.
And I'm being hopeful about that too.
I'm not giving it high hopes. I want to see it. I'm not giving it high hopes. I'm
not going to have high expectations.
I
haven't really had any high expectations for any
great,
DC cinematic.
The trailer,
Each trailer can look great.
Well, I mean, the Suicide Squad trailers were amazing.
All right,
I loved them.
We're going to the party.
No, we're going to cut off.
So, all right, but anyway, that's it. We're cautiously optimistic. Hopefully, Wonder Woman will turn it around. But that's it. So that's it of this episode. Of course, you know who we all are.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see you next week.